In order for plants to grow, it is essential that plants receive the sufficient input of carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Photosynthesis is the chemical process by which plants use these resources to produce glucose. As a result, oxygen gas is produced by a byproduct. The sun emits light, which has both a wave and particle-like nature. This light contains photons in a wide spectrum of wavelengths called the electromagnetic spectrum. Plants appear yellow and green because they reflect yellow and green wavelengths of light. The chemical reactions of photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast. In leaves, most cells contain 40 to 200 chloroplasts. Photosynthesis consists of two phases, the light-dependent reactions and the Calvin cycle. Thylakoids are located inside the chloroplast, which are surrounded by the stroma. The light-dependent reactions occur in the thylakoid. This is where the light energy is converted into chemical energy.
Looking at photosystem 2, photons of wavelength of 680 nanometers strike photosystem 2 and excite the electrons, resulting in a series of redox reactions. The electrons lost by photosystem 2 are replaced by a reaction which produces oxygen gas and free electrons. The energized electrons are passed to an electron transport chain. The energy from the electron is used to pump hydrogen ions from the stroma to the thylakoid, forming a concentration gradient. The electrons that left photosystem 2 arrived to photosystem 1. In photosystem 1, photons of a wavelength of 700 nanometers re-energize the electrons. These electrons are then used to reduce NADP+ to NADPH. And the gradient ultimately powers ATP synthase, which phosphorylates ADP to form ATP. As a result, the ATP and NADPH produced are used in the stroma to fuel the Calvin cycle reactions. The Calvin cycle is a series of reactions consisting of 3 steps. Six molecules of carbon dioxide react with 6 molecules of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate in the presence of the enzyme Rubisco to form 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. This is known as phase 1, which is carbon fixation. With the help of 12 ATP, which are turned into 12 ADP, 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate are turned into 12 molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Now, these 12 molecules are turned into 12 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate with the help of 12 NADPH, which are turned into 12 NADP+. Now, out of the 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, 2 are used for the synthesis of glucose. Now, this is known as phase 2, which is reduction. Now, the remaining 10 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, with the help of 6 ATP, which are turned into 6 ADP, form 6 molecules of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. Now this is phase 3, which is the regeneration of RUBP. This concludes the Calvin cycle.